The room is relationships. The room is you and me and everyone in America.
What are you talking about?
The room is different cookie cutter from Hollywood.
Yeah, man, you never know. People are very strange these days.
What's going on?
Welcome to The Room Minute,
The podcast where we get obsessed with the cinematic classic The Room.
1 minute at a time.
You have no idea what kind of trouble you're in here, do you?
Why are you so hysterical?
We always wanted people actually talk about it.
I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Allison.
Oh, hi, Rob.
Oh, hi, listeners. We're here to talk about minute 67, in which, well, what good is the sex scene if it isn't really, really, really long? Although maybe I should save that title for next minute. Oh well. Nothing happens today. Now, Johnny's original suicide scene was shot downstairs. It was only after he decided to reshoot it in the bedroom that they even built the bedroom set and filmed all of these sex scenes that we've talked about. This was after...
Wait, the sex scenes were after everything?
Oh, hi, Johann.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
The ones in the bedroom, yes. Because Sandy Chaclair did not want to film them. And he was the guy who was doing most of the director's duties, and he quit.
Wasn't there a sex scene on the staircase?
The one on the stairs was shot earlier, yeah.
Okay, and that was obviously a different director, that's why it was okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
All the ones in here, essentially what you're seeing is what would the movie look like if Tommy were actually directing it.
Oh.
And yeah. So you get...
That's actually not horrible.
What do you mean?
In a way. For a sex scene goes, it's not bad.
This one's not that bad, no.
Yeah.
No.
It seems to be shot okay and the music is music. I wouldn't say it's not the best, but I don't know, it's not horrible. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
I mean, his sex scene, Johnny's sex scene, or Tommy was so sex scene is bad. This one, the actors actually look like they're into it. It looks real. So, give it that.
I think at this point, maybe Greg and Juliet were getting along better. They'd known each other a while, so.
Yeah, maybe that might be it. But it just, I don't know, I guess that's the best credit I can give it. It's not bad.
High praise.
Yeah.
For this movie.
So,
high praise.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there's a lot of scenes in this movie that aren't that bad. But as far as these scenes go, yeah, this is not the worst of them.
No, it's one of the better ones.
Which is funny in a film that you have to...
Although I can still do without
there's
it.
a list. It's one of the better ones.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's petting a dog. That's up there. Because you add that in a scene, it's always good. Just pet the dog.
Yeah. The dog saves the movie.
Yeah. Oh, hi, dog.
Hi, doggy.
Oh, hi, dog.
And it's funny because no matter how many times I tell my girlfriend that I'm recording the Room Minute, she's like, what movie is that? Is it good? and I have to tell her, like, basically it's come down to, like, alright, so there's this guy and he has a fiance and his friend sleeps with her and the movie's about throwing footballs around. And she's like, what? I'm like, I don't know. Like, maybe I should have stopped with the boyfriend or the girlfriend or fiance sleeping with his best friend and that makes it a good movie. But really there isn't anything that makes it a good movie. I can't think of it.
Yeah.
That does make it sound like a generic, like that is a plot you'd find in a normal movie.
Yeah, so you can't tell that to someone and it describes the movie because it's every movie.
Yeah.
So what do you say to make it intriguing or worthwhile?
One of the worst movies. Or like famously
Famously bad.
the worst.
But you can't lead it with, oh, but it's a bad movie. Then she went with, so why are you guys talking about it? Then you go like, oh, but it's a really good bad movie.
It's like a cautionary tale.
Yeah.
We talk about what's wrong with it.
It just made it really, really, like, if you're outside of knowing about this movie, it's really hard to describe it. And then she said, so what are you talking about in this movie? I'm like, 2 minutes of a sex scene and throwing a football again.
That does kind of describe the film.
I mean, to pull the curtain back, those are the 3 minutes that are going about this week. But yeah, it's just really hard to get somebody into this movie, I guess.
Yeah. Well, with all this quarantine time.
Yeah.
You can watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Everyone has time now.
Yeah. There's nothing but time now. Actually, no, I'm considered quote unquote essential because I work for Amazon, so I get to put myself at risk for everybody.
Well, thank you.
Yep. And in Riverside County, where I'm at, if police see me, they can pull me over and question why I'm out, because it's curfew. And I have to explain to them that I work for Amazon.
Wow.
And as of right now, that's supposed to get us out of a citation.
Yeah.
But that hasn't been tested yet. So about this minute. So there's a sex scene.
Yeah.
And
we got some more mismatched ADR.
Yeah, of course.
And wonderful
Of course,
song.
wouldn't be the room.
And I actually counted the camera setups because I was curious.
Yeah.
For this scene, it is somewhere between 4 and 7.
Jeez.
It's hard to tell exactly because every single shot is moving. So it could have just been they moved one way and then went right back the other. And so it's the same setup. They just moved the camera twice. But it's a lot of moving, and they're moving 2 cameras too. So that's a lot.
Yeah. I mean, if you're filming this is if you're the actress and actress, this is awkward.
Yeah.
If, like you said, this is after pretty much filming the entire movie, you add this.
Uh-huh.
Isn't Greg in a relationship when this happens?
Yes.
Yeah. Something like it just feels like Tommy's trying to wreck a lot of stuff about Greg at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Kinda. And at this point, Greg wasn't putting up with it a lot. This was, I think, right after they had filmed, near the end, they had also filmed his side of the phone conversation from the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
Where he deliberately put on sunglasses knowing it would piss Tommy off.
Oh, okay.
And so he's starting to do things just to annoy Tommy. We'll see that on Friday with the tackle. It happens because they're actually having problems with each other at this point.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird after watching Disaster Movie about this tackle, because when you watch that tackle, it cuts so abruptly.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we can get into that
on Friday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we might as well get into it now. We have time.
Yeah.
What else are we going to talk about?
We got a lot of time. But yeah, so at least one thing with the sex scene is this, Greg's ass doesn't have to be noticeable.
No, he made an effort to not show it, even though Tommy wanted it shown.
Yeah. Tommy wanted it really shown.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird because he wants it shown in such a way that the anatomy isn't correct anymore.
Yeah, I started to write a note about, at least the positioning's okay, and then my very next note is I spoke too soon.
Yeah. So, couple of notes I want to say about a sex scene, especially this one. The first thing she flashes is the engagement ring.
Huh.
Did you notice that? The start of
didn't.
it? She pulls it over and you do see the engagement ring immediately. I'm not sure if this was on purpose, but symbolically it's kind of good that you know that she's not with him. She's still... It makes it so weird that you would leave the engagement ring on if you're cheating on your fiancé.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this was a conscious decision or...
I would guess it's on purpose by someone because it wasn't her ring. It's some prop. So someone had to tell her, put it on.
I guess
for this scene.
I would guess it would be costuming to keep it consistent. For some reason, it's
you're thinking of a real production.
Yes. I'm looking at it this is symbolic that this and this. And I'm thinking now that I'm thinking about it, that it's the room context. It's it probably wasn't that at all. She just had the ring because she was wearing this dress or this outfit on that day of filming. So.
As far as I know, this is all they filmed that day. So I don't know.
So as this goes on, she starts to kiss his neck, and the emotions that Greg gives is worse than most females in porn. It is so, I don't know, I've never met a guy, I like being kissed on the neck, don't get me wrong, but I've never done that. It's orgasmically good. You know what I mean, though?
Yeah. Yes.
He's just
Well, and the sounds are all recorded after as well. So
but
it's it doesn't fit the visual. The visual's a little too much. And
yeah, but even the visual isn't right. I don't know. I guess I can't, do I want to be proven wrong that most guys wouldn't do this? Because then I would have to ask people.
We'll have a special survey on Facebook.
Yeah, put a survey on your Twitter.
Yeah. Do you guys act like this during, men only?
Well, then I gotta post the scene.
Yeah.
Is this realistic for you?
Yeah. And then we have that gigantic candle that wasn't lit.
Yeah. They didn't light it this time.
Yeah. But that is a big candle.
Well, see, this was more impulse and like passionate. It's not planned, so they didn't have all the candles lit up.
No, but I'm just saying that is a big candle.
Yeah.
Like you don't need to light that to have the scent. That is a big
True,
candle.
True.
Probably got a
Added in
Yankee.
multiple scenes.
Yeah,
so.
they probably got a Yankee candle. Who did the song for this soundtrack?
This song.
This scene.
Let's see, who did this one? This is Clint Gamboa, who's done, I think was involved in both of the others, and Belle Johnson, so a different singer.
Clint Gamboa. From American Idol?
Yes.
No.
Yes. Someone brought that up before, and I'm like, I hadn't even looked up the guy, because I thought he was nobody.
Oh.
And no, it's that person.
It says that he was in the top 12.
Yeah.
His IMDb only cites The Room.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Clint Gamboa.
What season?
Let's see here. 2011? Oh, so he did this before American Idol.
Yes. This was 2004, so. And I forget the amount. I forget who gave us that. They were paid like $1,000 or something like that for the songs.
And he made 1, 2,
and
3,
like
4, 3 songs.
I believe it's 3 songs.
2 songs. They got $2,000.
No, I think it was 1,000 total.
Oh my god.
Oh. So like
He didn't,
I haven't.
$333 per.
he didn't even
I gotta
get,
find a source on that one.
yeah, he didn't get paid enough for this credit. Cause it did nothing for him. I mean, he went on American Idol. He got past the top 24, so I think it says that he went to the top 12.
Oh.
But, I mean, what else do you credit yourself? I mean, could you imagine? Okay, so you did The Room first, you go on American Idol, and you're supposed to be an amateur. Like, they don't get actually credited people. They go like, do you have any experience? And then do you say, I sang on the movie The Room?
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't watched American Idol in like so long.
Yeah, did he lie about it? I gotta look up his introduction on that show and see if...
Yeah.
Hey, ma'am. What's your name?
My name is Clint June Gamboa.
Oh, got a little
June
hip-hop
Bug in the
there.
house.
And where are you from?
I'm from Long Beach, California, representing Strong Beach.
Love it.
Do it.
I wanna be a billionaire so freaking bad. Buy all of the things I never had.
Well,
Right. They don't want people with previous contracts or anything, right?
yeah.
Well, he didn't have a contract. Maybe it
Yeah, he could have been
was
like
fine because it was such a non-thing.
I mean, let's see here. Let's listen to the lyrics a little bit, because I'm wondering if he is a studio singer, he wouldn't necessarily have a contract because he's paid to do a song that he has no credit for necessarily.
Yeah.
So did Tommy make these lyrics? I'm curious.
Huh. I think the writing credits are Tommy Wiseau and what's his name, Mladen Milosevic, the guy who did the score.
Yeah, so there's a very good
yeah.
chance that Tommy wrote these lyrics, and that's why
It's possible,
he could
yeah.
still be written as an amateur, because he's just a
He just
fill-in.
got paid to perform, and
Yeah,
that's it.
like he's more like a background singer in a studio, so that doesn't count for anything.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's actually helpful for him that
Yeah.
Tommy didn't have contracts for anyone.
yeah, I mean, not to discredit people that do this, because some of the people get their big breaks doing stuff like this, but I guess that's how he was able to continue American Idol as an amateur, but really a lot of these reality shows just let that go, even if you say you
Probably,
did.
yeah.
No, I know for sure, because I got asked to audition for a reality show a long time ago, and I was filled in a room with like actors. They were there with their agents and everything, and the agents were telling them, oh, this is how you should do it and all that. So, okay, so do you remember, what was that?
That's pretty cool.
Trying to think of the name of give me a second. Alright. I was on an audition on Who Wants to Be a Superhero.
Okay.
With Stanley.
Oh, yeah.
The original trailer that came out when they were trying to show the auditions, I was told I'm on it. I never saw it, because I never carried through. I didn't care. They picked me up when I was doing the Wizard World for, do you know Wizard Comics? Or Wizard Magazine?
The magazine, yeah.
Yeah, they had a convention. That's where they found me. So I know that I was in a room with actors, and then they go on there and they're like, oh, we're not actors at all. Then someone gets outed for being an actor. And it wasn't even the guy that I was standing in a room with that says he was an actor, and he actually had credits beforehand. So, yeah. So I don't think a lot of the stuff with Clint Gamboa went anywhere with the fact he had a previous credit. I'm pretty sure they just let it go. But
if they even knew about it.
Yeah.
Because 2011, this movie still wasn't that big yet.
Sure.
It was just about to be. Because like the Disaster Artist book hadn't come out yet. I mean, I didn't even know about it. Well, I hadn't seen it until, 2014, I think?
Yeah. So, curious, are there any notes for this sex scene? Like, did Greg actually say anything about this?
I know he didn't like filming them. He felt bad for Juliet, but then he's like, it could be worse. She could be with Tommy. I forget the exact line.
See, yeah, because this is, I mean, for Juliet, to pull her back into filming just to have her naked, or at least topless, is kind of degrading in a way.
Well, it's not back into filming. This was, like, they had been filming the day before. This wasn't like post-production and they had a break.
Oh, okay. But if that's the only reason why you bring her in, because, alright, so.
I thought about that too.
Yeah, because.
To get, like, naked is such a big deal for a woman, and, like, I mean, I don't know. I want to be careful what I say. But to do it for the room, I guess it's not like a bummer, but I don't know.
No, see, here's what I mean, is this scene doesn't really escalate the film. We all know that.
Right.
Right.
It's, when it seems like he's filming this just to piss off other people and using Juliet in this way, it is pretty shitty.
Well, at this point, he had been editing most of the movie as they went, so also, I don't know if he had a specific place where these scenes would fit. It was more like he fit them in after. And the first and second one are edited from the same footage, what should have been one scene.
Oh.
Because he wanted an extra one, and even though this was supposed to be a big, like, mainstream film where you wouldn't have that many.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's all weird.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Juliet something. Her nails look great. I'm gonna give that to her. What is that, like, what is that called? Like a French manicure where the tips are white?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Right.
I'm gonna give her credit.
She's doing her best.
Yeah. That's why I really feel bad for, I really feel bad for her because a lot of things ended for her after this movie.
Yeah.
Right.
And I don't know, she maybe could have done better, like, elsewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, she is pretty.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, she could have done something like, let's say, like, you remember when the CW or the WB used to have those science fiction shows in the mid-afternoon on, like, the weekend? You know, like Cleopatra 2525 and stuff like that. Yeah. Like, she could have had something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it catapulted, what's her name that ended up being on Firefly? So.
Which one?
Shoot. What's her name? Gabriela Torres?
Oh, okay.
And she was on one of those shows.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, when I saw her, I thought that she could have been like Gabrielle from Xena.
Yeah.
So it just feels like she could have done something better. And it feels like The Room really brought down a lot of these people. And when it started becoming like this really personal stab in the gut for Tommy to everybody else, it starts to feel really, really shitty about like how these people turned out because of working with them.
Yeah, because most of them didn't really do much after this that wasn't related to this.
Yeah. I mean, she did a couple like sci-fi movies, but they weren't off sci-fi.
Right.
So.
Like she's in Ghost Shark 2, although that's basically playing on her fame from this because it's a bad movie.
Yeah.
And she's only in a couple scenes.
Oh, that's too bad.
So I'll just get to notes from a midnight screening for this minute because there aren't really any.
Notes from a midnight screening.
It all gets really awkward in this minute. They've stopped chanting. They've stopped having like combined comments. Yeah, and it's just really weird.
I mean, could you imagine being one of these actors and you see, because they've all taken this movie kind of in light now.
Yeah.
They've kind of accepted it that it's just, it belongs to the audience now.
Yeah.
And then this scene comes up and it just gets quiet. Like no one knows what to do.
Yeah.
Like it still kind of sucks.
It's like, yeah, this is the fourth sex scene. And so it's like the audience already had their fun.
Oh man.
They want to move on too.
Yeah, I kind of forgot how many sex scenes there are. 4. 4 is a lot.
Yeah. There's almost a fifth, but that one gets interrupted before they do anything. So yeah.
And so this was R-rated, obviously.
It would be, yeah.
And, I mean, do you know of any R-rated film that actually has this many sex scenes but is good?
Basic Instinct?
Okay. Yeah.
That's probably the only one that's actually any good.
All right.
Like that.
Yeah, that's actually a good one.
There's probably a couple others around that same time, but not really, no.
No, but 2003?
Oh, no, I mean around the same time as Basic Instinct.
Yeah.
Out of 2000s, no.
Well, yeah, there was like Fatal Attraction, a bunch of other ones, but...
Yeah. Color of Night.
Oh, yeah.
That one with Madonna in it. Body of
Color...
Evidence. Is that what
yeah.
saying?
Yeah, with, why can't it be?
Is it Keitel?
No, he was in, Boondock Saints. Yes, Defoe. And then The Color of Night's one where you can see Bruce Willis's penis.
Yes.
Yeah, that was weird for me as a kid. Like my dad was watching it, and that like we were all just sitting there watching it, and it seemed like it was intriguing. Like she was masquerading as a boy and all this, and then all of a sudden pool and Bruce Willis penis, and I was like, oh, that was weird. That really came out of nowhere. So.
And then Showgirls happened, and then mainstream movies just didn't bother anymore.
Yeah.
And then everyone got the internet, so no one cared.
You know, I think that's what it is. Like, I think Showgirls really toned it down that you can't drive a movie with sex anymore.
Right. It needs something else.
Yeah.
And then people have cable or the internet, so if they want to see that, they can see it anyway. So.
Yeah. But I never really watched Showgirls, actually, so.
That's not in the theater.
Oh, that is weird. But I did meet Elizabeth Berkeley though.
Nice.
Yeah. When I saw her, I was like, hey, or like I passed by her and she like waved. It was after Comic-Con. Did I tell this story already?
No.
Oh, so she's super nice. We'll get that off the bat. And so is her husband and her mom and dad. We met all of them. And her husband paints covers for The Punisher at the time. Okay. The comic book. And so she comes by, or like she waves and I like walk past and I was like, hey, wasn't that Elizabeth Berkeley? So he came back and I was like, hey, Elizabeth Berkeley. She's like, yeah. I was like, you were great in Roger Dodger.
Nice.
I don't know if you've seen that movie.
A long time ago.
Yeah. And then she goes like, no one's ever like seen that movie. I was like, I've seen it like twice. It's great. And you're really good in your part with the other girl in the sun. Was that weird? And then like we just all started talking about the film. And then she started talking about like her life and everything. And it was like, she was actually really, really awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah. We never brought up Showgirls and I didn't bring up that much of Saved by the Bell. So, cause she was supposed to be tall and she's shorter than me and I'm 5'4".
Huh.
Yeah. So.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
They do a good job of making her seem taller.
But
and Saved by the Bell even.
Yeah, but I heard like all of them were short though.
Huh.
Like Paul Gosselaar is actually short. Mario Lopez is short.
Yeah.
Short people are great.
Yeah.
I'm 5'3".
There you go. My girlfriend's 5'2".
Great being short.
Yeah. All right. So
speaking of short, let's cut this episode off because we got one more talking about this scene.
Yeah.
Johann, where can the audience hear more from you?
You guys can find me on ID for a Minute, which is about Independence Day, 1 minute at a time. I'm on that show with Matthew Soto and Alex. Matthew, I did Roughneck Minute, which is about Starship Troopers, and Alex did the Galaxy Quest Minute, which was about Galaxy Quest, which is now, I guess, in the news again as being the best Star Trek movie of all time, because it actually is.
So there's nothing wrong when people making fun of the project, in this case, The Room.
The Room Minute is a production of Lemming Drops Studio. You can find more content at lemmingdrops.com.
Follow The Room Minute on all the obvious social media. If you've got any stupid comments after the show,
you can leave them in your pocket on Facebook. If you like what you hear, throw us a rating and a review on your podcatcher of choice. Thank you for listening, and remember, if a lot of people loved each other, the world would be a better place to live.
Leave us!